Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nana Firdaus, and on today's tutorial I will be showing you how to cut and sew this beautiful jilbab abaya. Without further ado, let's get started. So for this tutorial, I used 5 yards of a stretchy fabric. So if you are using a lycra fabric, the length that you will need when folding your fabric will be your gown length plus 8 inches. But if you are using a fabric that is not stretchy, then it will be your gown length plus 9 inches. So if your gown length is 60 inches and you are using a stretchy fabric, you are going to fold it, then you will measure 68 inches. After folding your fabric, then you will be measuring 7.5 inches away from your folded edge downwards this way. To form a cone, you measure 7.5 inches round, then you link it together and you cut it out. And that will be your neckline. So from the end of your fabric, you are going to go in by 10 inches, then you trim it out this way. From the edge of your neckline down to that 10 inches, you trim it out. So you are going to take your gown length from the slanted line that you just made. You are going to measure your gown length. My gown length is 60 inches, so I measured 60 inches because I'm using a stretchy fabric. I don't need to add extra allowance. And you measure your 60 inches round this way and you cut it out. So because my fabric length is not up to 68, then I'll need to add a bit of fabric to the back to get my gown length. What you do is you're going to fold the extra fabric along the back this way. You need to place 2 fabrics on each other with the wrong side facing each other. I'll fold the fabric this way with the folded edge aligning with the folded edge of the main body of the jilbab abaya. So I place it properly. Then the length I got for the main jilbab body was 54 inches and I need 60 inches for my gown length. So I'll be marking 6 inches on the extra fabric that I laid down and I'll link it to where the body is this way. So you notch the midpoint on the extra fabric and you knot the midpoint on the folded edge of your jilbab abaya too. So once you are done with that, the next thing is to cut your armhole. What you do is you are going to fold it into 2 again this way. You fold the open end towards the back to where the folded end is. You place it on each other. Align it properly. After arranging your fabric, then you come down on the side. You come down by 2 inches, which is going to be for your shoulder slant. Then from the 2-inch mark, you come down by 8 inches. That is my armhole measurement. I came down by 8 inches. Then you cut it from the 2-inch mark that you made down to the 8 inches. You are going to open it up and that is going to be your armhole. You are not going to cut the 2 inches that you measured. You start cutting from where the 2-inch mark is to the 8-inch mark. So the next thing is to cut your sleeve. You fold your fabric into 2. I want to cut both sleeves together, so I folded my fabric into 2, then I folded it again and I'll be measuring my sleeve length. So because I'm going to be using a band, I'm going to subtract 1 inch from my actual sleeve length. Then I'll cut my sleeves out. To get your armhole on the sleeves, you are going to measure. You remember that the armhole measurement I used is 8 inches. So plus extra 1 inch, I'm going to measure 9 inches around the armhole on the sleeves. Then I'm going to trace it. I'm going to cut it down to the wrist opening, depending on how wide you want your wrist to be. So I measured 6 inches for my sleeve opening. From the folded edge, I measured 6 inches this way. Then I'll be connecting it to my armhole measurement that I made. Don't forget to notch the midpoint of your sleeves. Now to the hijab part of your jilbab abaya, you fold your fabric into 2. Then from the folded edge, I came down by 12 inches, which is for my face opening. And from the 12-inch mark that I made, I measured 5 inches on a slanted line this way and I cut it out. So on the folded area, which is the back part of your hijab, I measured 16 inches. That is the length of the hijab that I used. Then you'll be linking it from the 5-inch mark down to the 16-inch mark that you made this way. You cut it out. You notch the midpoint of your face opening and it's time to cut your hijab cap. So the next thing you will do is you are going to fold your fabric into 4 this way. The hijab cap height you'll be using is 4 inches and the width will be 7 inches. So you mark it, my 4 inches, and then I marked the 7 inches, then I cut it out. Then you notch the midpoint also. For the sleeve band, I'm going to be cutting two fabrics that are 5 inches by 12 inches. So I cut it out, and that's it for the cutting aspect. Now to the sewing aspect, I will be joining the band to the main sleeves. So I'll turn my sleeves with the right side facing up, then I'll fold the band that I just cut along the 5-inch side. I'm going to fold it into two to give me 12 inches by 2.5 inches. So I'll fold it with the wrong side facing each other. And I'll be placing it right side on the right side of the main sleeve body, and I'll sew it down. I'll repeat the same thing for the second sleeve too. So once you are done with the sleeves, the next thing is joining the hijab cap to the main hijab body. So you are going to lay your hijab with the right side facing up, then you pick your hijab cap, you fold your hijab cap into two with the wrong sides facing each other. Then you are going to place your hijab cap on your main hijab body with the right sides facing each other. You place the notch point on your hijab cap on the notch point on your face opening. You align your hijab cap properly, then you join it together. After joining it, you are going to fold your hijab into two with the right side facing each other. Then you measure half of your face circumference and you sew the front of your hijab this way. Then I notch the midpoint on the back of the hijab. The next thing is to join the back part, the extra piece on the back part of the abaya to the main body. So what you do is you're going to open up your abaya body. You're going to open it up with the right side facing up. Then you'll be placing the extra piece that you cut earlier on it with the right side also facing the right side of the abaya body. Then you place the notch points together. You align it and you're going to join it to the main hijab body this way. It's just like joining the extra piece of your umbrella hijab to the main hijab body. So now to join the front part of your abaya body together, you are going to make sure that it is right sides facing each other. Then you sew the front part. So to join the hijab to the main abaya body, you are going to fold the neckline into two, then you notch the midpoint on the back part of it. So to place the hijab on your main abaya body, you are going to place the notch point on the back of your hijab on the notch point that you just made on the neckline of your abaya. You are going to place it on each other with the right sides facing each other. You pin it down and then you pick the part where you joined the front part of your hijab. You'll be placing it on the part where you joined the front part of your abaya also. You place it on each other with the right sides facing each other this way. You pin it, then you turn your abaya body inside out towards the wrong side. That way the hijab will be inside the abaya neckline. Then you join it together. So while sewing the hijab to the neckline of your abaya and you notice that there's going to be excess on the hijab. So what I did was I made a big kissing pleating on the back of the abaya. So I made a big kissing pleating that was 3 inches wide on both sides of the notched points this way. And then I closed it up. So once you are done with that, the neckline is done. The next thing is to join your sleeves to your main abaya body. After turning it to the right side, this is what I have. So to fix the sleeves to my armhole, I measured the armhole again, which was 8 inches. Then I picked one of my sleeves and I folded it with the right side facing each other this way. And I'll be measuring the armhole width that I got on the main hijab body. I'll be measuring it from the folded edge this way. And I'll be sewing it down to the wrist. So I want my wrist opening to be 4 inches. So I'll be joining it from the 8 inches down to the 4-inch mark on the wrist this way. You can either do it this way or you'll be sewing from your wrist to your armhole. After sewing, I trimmed off the excesses, then I flipped it to the right side. So the next thing you will do is you're going to place the notch point on your sleeve opening on the upper part of your armhole. Then the part where you join the sleeves together will be on the lower part of the armhole this way. Then you pin it down. Then you turn the main abaya body to the wrong side so that the sleeves will be inside the armhole. So it will be easier for you to join it together. Then you are going to sew on it and you repeat the same thing for the second sleeves too. then your jilbab abaya is ready. You are going to either weave or hem the ends of your jilbab. So this is the final look of the jilbab abaya. Don't forget to send in pictures of your own recreations via any of my social media handles. If you found this tutorial video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. Ma salam.